We live, we live. What's good? What's good? It's the 18 Willing Podcast, man. Y'all know what it is. Episode number 2. Man, we got a guest here. I know she ain't gonna be no guest. She's gonna be a repeat guest. She's gonna be a co-host one day for real, man. She been helping me out. She's a flatbedder. Now listen, I know y'all men and yeah, y'all, it's some chills that hit y'all because I know a lot of y'all that done quit flatbedding. She been flatbedding. She been doing her thing, man. Her name Chastity. Her link gonna be in the description. Chastity was good, was good.
Hey,
Man, it's good to have you here, man.
nice to be here.
For
No,
sure. First I want to say, man, thank you for just supporting. Like you always, I've been following you for a minute. I've been following you for damn near a couple months, more than damn near a year since you've been in trucking, and I've been seeing you evolve as a trucker. So I just want to give you your flowers first and tell you, man, I appreciate you, and I see you evolving as far as a trucker, as a person. You know what I'm saying?
thank you.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So where are you from? Let everybody know where you're from.
I'm
Put your state on the map.
I'm from Brooklyn. I'll say Brooklyn by way of Cali. So I'll give props to both. But right now, living in Texas, Dallas.
Okay. How you like it out there?
It's cool. It's
It's
cool.
good.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Love
So
machines.
look, so look, let's get into the nitty-gritty, man. What made you go into the flatbed division, man? We know y'all heard what I said. We know it's hard. We know, a lot of men they stray away from it. You know what I'm saying? I even strayed away from it. I ain't trying to do all that. What made you want to, what I'm saying, get involved in that sector of trucking?
It's one true reason, but it's slightly two. The true reason is because I didn't want to back up. Didn't
So
want to
you
back
saying that flatbedders don't have to do as much backing as like
up.
the reefer or
We pull in, pull out. Pull in, do U-turn, pull out.
so how is that though? As far as like, so what do you have to do? What makes up for I know something makes up for the backing up because I see y'all tarping and doing all that crazy stuff. What what does that job entail?
I mean, the tarpon isn't that bad. A lot of people say it's too much work, but I just think it's just more work than the average driver doing drive-in, opening doors. So if it's more than opening doors, then it's too much work. But I mean, the work for me, it isn't that strenuous. Um, so that was the other thing of why I liked flatbedding, um, because I thought it would be more work, but it's not that much work. It's not that much work. It don't take a genius to throw straps and unroll a tarp. You know what I mean?
So how is it like right now we getting into the wintertime? Let them know as far as like, is it strenuous, more strenuous in the summertime? Is it harder in the wintertime? How did that work? For anybody that's looking and interested from the outside in.
Um, the summertime I think is a little bit easier in a sense as far as the tarp goes because once the tarps are hot, then they flow real easy. In the wintertime when they're cold, they get stiffer. And depending if it's raining or it's snowing, it may get a bit heavier. But once you just kind of learn your craft, you'll know how to finagle it.
Mm, mm. So how do you feel about, the other women that's in trucking? Like, how are they representing trucking? Are you seeing a lot of women in the flatbed division or
I'm seeing a lot more. I'm actually seeing a lot more, way more than I expected. At this particular company that I'm at, I know of maybe at least four. Um, one is me and another one is African American, but I know of at least I've seen four here, and we just do strictly flatbed.
mm, that's how yeah. Dang. I know somebody, man. I don't even want to put his name out there. But I know somebody, he probably watching, I don't even give a damn. That quit flatbedding and was like, he got dehydrated and all this other stuff. Those things happen out there. But is it that like I just want to know, is it that damn hard for real? Like where a man should because we getting into something with men and women and trucking. But is it that like do you find it that strenuous?
No. I don't. I mean, I've gotten to the point to where, I get a little thirsty to just grab you some water. But as far as getting dehydrated and it just being too much, no, not really.
Okay.
I haven't experienced that. Um, I'm scared of heights. That's number one. Two is it's just not as bad as people think it is. So, I've been doing this now for 27 months, and
Mm,
out of those 27 months, I've probably picked up a tarp, I think now twice. And that was literally one because one drop they had us to untarp on the street. So their forklifts didn't come out to the street. So that's why they didn't lift it. And the other one, it was just same thing applied. I was on another side of the yard and they didn't have forklifts over there, so it was up to me to just to put it on my trailer. But that was the only times. Other than that, I don't pick up tarps. I think
mm.
I think the difference between men and women will ask and you guys won't. And it's more of that macho thing where they don't want to ask, hey, can you pick up these tarps to put it up here because they're a man when you really don't have to. If the forklift is taking off everything off that truck, why can't they put the tarp up there?
Right. Right. So what's your attire when you up there tarping? Are you comfortable? Are you more feminine? Are you like more masculine?
Oh no. I'm very feminine. And in the summertime I wear dresses. I wear sundresses every day. Every single day. The only time I put on leggings would be if I have to climb up pretty high, and if it's raining or snowing. But
Mm.
other than that, I'm tarping in a dress.
I see a lot of people though when you be putting up content on TikTok, I be seeing a lot of people like, man, why you got that on? Like, how you feel about that? How you feel about that?
My feelings about it is when I came to this company, one of the first things I asked them was, how do you feel about attire? And I said, I'm comfortable wearing a dress. And typically when I work, I wear a dress. And their response was, as long as you get the job done, you're okay and you're safe as long as you get the job done. So my thing is, if people have something to say, my employer doesn't have anything to say.
Right.
But why do you have so much to say? That's I think that's one of my biggest pet peeves. One of my
Let's
biggest pet
talk
peeves.
about it. Let's talk about it. Cause I'm sure you're not the only person feeling like that. Like if I feel like if a woman want to wear what she want to wear while she working, let her do what she need to do with it. Why you complaining? You know what I'm saying? As a man, that don't got nothing to do with you. Is you about to help her? Is you about to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy to me. But to each his own. Everybody got their own opinion. But on social media, people gonna voice their opinion. That's what.
Right. And I think most of them are trolls. Which is cool. Um I speak out about this a lot. And the fact of the matter is I wear what I wear and you wear what you wear. And I'm not if you're comfortable wearing steel toe boots and I don't know, checkered shirts, then that's on you. I'm not. So I mean, as girly as I am, I love being in dresses. I wear that whether I'm at work or I'm at home. So it's that I wear what I'm comfortable with. The other thing is in this truck, like I roll. I damn near roll out my 11. So if I'm rolling out my 11, that means I'm not stopping outside of my 30-minute break. If I have to use the bathroom, I'm not finding the closest Loves or TA to go to. Like I hit it up in a cup, and it's different. It's difficult for me to to hike down a pair of pants and piss in a cup. Like I'm
No, that's
so
real. I'm so glad you said that, dog. Look, that's too real for TV. That's why we here. Because you can, you know what I'm saying, you could be your full self and be transparent because a lot of females do that. They just don't say it. They just don't say it. They just feel like it's too like this industry be is crazy, man. It's like how do you feel about, you being in a male dominated industry? How do you feel about like you just being your truth? Do you feel like you have to hide some things or Do you feel like you could be transparent, or you think you like, yeah, I'm here? You know what I'm saying?
I'm very transparent. I'm really transparent. I'm not gonna hide anything because I'm definitely here. One thing that I do like is battling when it comes to something that somebody feels that I can't do. Because as long as you feel that I can't do it, I know I'm gonna do it 10 times better than you
Mm,
and continue to do it. You know, I don't like to compare myself to a man because I'm not. You know what I mean? But I know the position that I have. So I signed up for this.
mm,
So if it's raining, if it's sleeting, if it's snowing, if it's sunny, I signed up for it. So if this wasn't the job that I wanted to do, then I would have gotten to something else. I would have stayed working for Apple. But instead I came into trucking. So while I trained, I trained in a drive-in and it was okay. Um, but I did the work for me to get me to where I needed to be. So it was a joke amongst a few other girls that I know that were driving or getting into driving of what can we do where we don't have to back up so much. Somebody mentioned flatbed. I was the only one that followed through. So me following through was the best decision that I could have ever made. I
mm.
can't I despise driving with a passion. I despise it. This
Whoa,
this is
whoa,
what
whoa,
I'm
whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. Hold up. I am a drive-in slash reefer driver. Don't despise us.
yeah,
Let me stand up for my people. That you know what's crazy? Y'all, everybody got a name but drive-in and reefer. Everybody. Tanker yankers, your skateboarders, your damn car haulers, what's going on with like are we soft? Is this division softies or
I
something?
think
Like,
so.
wow.
I think so.
That's crazy.
I
But
think so.
yeah,
All you do is you hold steering wheels and open doors.
did you call it steering wheel holders?
Yeah.
That's what we doing?
Yeah.
Alright, alright.
You hold
Don't even
steering wheels
worry
and
about
open
it.
doors.
Don't even, I got some words, some good choice words for you after this. After we deal with this. That's crazy. We steering
Okay.
wheel holders.
That's
But
it.
the crazy thing is I think like on a more serious side, we coming into an era where you have to do more work, right? I don't hear people that's flatbedding complaining about the pay like that because you guys get paid enough. You get compensated enough for what y'all do. I hear a lot of reefer drivers complaining, and because reefer and drive-in drivers complaining, and it's because it's a lot of time involved. We do hold the steering wheel. You right about that. We do
Mhm.
hold the steering wheel a lot. We don't shift gears unless you're in a manual, and then we sit and wait. So we sitting and waiting all the time for them to get the load off, and then we might be sitting and waiting for them to put the load on. Especially in the refrigerated division, we sitting waiting on if the product is cold enough. Is it frozen enough? Is your temperature at the right temperature in the reefer so we can get loaded up? It's a lot of time in the flatbed like division. Is does time matter, or is it like right there, pick up and go?
It's typically it's pick up and go. Typically when I pull in, hand them the paperwork, it's get untarped, remove your straps, and they take it off. Once they unload it, by the time they've unloaded, I've already rolled up my straps. I'm ready to go.
Mm.
So that's it. It's typically most. I'll say 9 times out of 10, we're in and out. There may be, a one-off, but normally it's not. It's just in and out. And our hours are normally 6 to 3.
So it's open. You guys don't have like appointment times, like be here at 10 a.m. or 3 a.m.
Sometimes, sometimes. Um, Typically you wouldn't get a 3 a.m. It's gonna be hours, business hours. So typically about like a 6 to 3.
Okay.
Very rarely you'll find somebody still loading at 5. It happens, but very rarely. 4 is pushing it.
Do you have like a dedicated route as far as like where you going and where you coming from? Is it like dedicated, or are you kind of like you
I'm over.
everywhere?
Hmm.
Over the road, everywhere. That's what's up, man. See, it's a lot of females, man. They're gonna either be inspired when they see this, or they're gonna have something to say. Either or is good. You know what I'm saying? Because you setting the standard, and a lot of females are setting the standard now. Like this is where we at with it. I see a lot of females have been inside of in the trucking industry, and they've either quit or they done turned it up. It's not no in the middle. Like you see somebody here, and then 2-3 weeks later they be up here, or you see somebody here, and then they crying talking about you know what I'm saying? They done with the industry. Man, did you see that video
I
though? Or
know it. I
she
wanted to
cool,
say
man.
something.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I wanted to say something. I wanted to say something to her, but I didn't. Um, I
Go ahead. Go ahead. This is where we at with it. But go ahead, go ahead.
my opinion on that, I wanted to be like, bitch, suck it up. You know what I mean? And just for the simple fact of you know what you came into. So I
Or did she know what she coming to? Hold on, let me be
yep,
her.
true,
Let
true,
me be her
and
advocate.
I'm
Let me
getting
be
there.
her advocate. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
getting there
Go
now.
ahead.
Now, typically, and I'm not speaking for all women, but I've talked to plenty of them trying to get into this trucking industry or that are already here. Typically, we kind of know we do our research. You know what I mean? And we kind of know. Um, what could have happened is she could have gone to one of those companies that are making her unhappy.
Mm,
Um, it could simply just be her. Um, but I'll speak for myself. I knew what I was getting into when I came into this industry. So I in particular, I did my research. I saw women that had showers. I saw how they were using the bathroom. I seen the one of the first, I don't remember her name, but this one girl, every time I saw her, she was going to a different company. So I started to ask myself, like, is it you or is it them? And one of
mm.
the biggest things was, oh, they were mad at me because I went off route to use the bathroom. So you went off route to use the bathroom. Why you didn't piss in a cup? You see what I mean? So
That part.
so even with that, when get the kitty litter, get the bucket. I just think that's a little too ghetto for me. So I went and I got a toilet. Got to do what you got to do. There's nobody in here with me. So piss, shit, throw up, fart, whatever you have to do. You got to do what you got to do in your truck. So what the goal for me is to keep moving. So if I constantly stop, if I have to keep pulling over and doing these things and going into truck stops because it takes a minute to get from a parking stall inside of the facility, I don't have time for all of that. So I buy red cups and it right up here, red cups, piss. I mark my territory in every state I go to without a
See,
problem.
and that's the thing too. A lot of people they be like, man, I ain't doing that. But the thing is, and she said something that was very paramount. If you stop and you on a long drive and you stop every time you gotta pee, that's 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here. That shit adds up. And eventually you either gonna make yourself late, you're gonna make yourself tired, you might make the company, you might even mess up, a whole route turning in somewhere or getting yourself all disorganized because you don't want to, people want to be correct. They want to be politically correct. And P, like, come on, man, this is trucking. This is what we do. And I know a lot of people they don't be wanting to say it, but y'all do it too. I do it. You feel me? So yeah, this you have it comes with the territory. A lot of people, and I'm about to get into my bag on this one. A lot of people, man, y'all coming here and watching the content that people creating, and y'all get inspired by the money. Y'all get inspired by the content. Y'all get inspired because it's people that's following and commenting, like on your TikTok. Like you blew up. You've been blowing up every day because you posting, and it's a process. I can go back a year and see, when you started with your company. I can go back 3-4 months and see that when you started, how many followers you had, how many you have now. And you're gonna be so far ahead in 3-4 years, man, that you're not even gonna be reachable. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people see that. They see the end result. You're not even in your end result. And a lot of people see that, they get inspired. I want to do what she doing. You got to go through everything that she went through to get where she at right now. And this ain't even the pinnacle. Feel what I'm saying? So, man, I just want to commend you on, like just give your flowers now on that, man. Just telling these people, these girls, these guys, hey, look, it's not hard, it's not easy on our side either. Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Um, and just kind of going back to that girl. Um, you're gonna miss home. You're gonna miss friends. You're gonna miss family, and like I have 4 dogs. I don't have any children, but I'm in a relationship. Um, my man, he drives, and he understands what he got involved with or who he got involved with, and he knows I love what I do. So as much as he may want me home or may want me to not work, he wouldn't take that from me because he knows this is where I want to be. Um, I know one of the biggest things with females in this industry is um, relationships.
Mm.
So either
Talk
either
about it. Put
we're
it on the floor.
gonna
Put it on the floor. Put it on the
either we're
floor. I'm
gonna
sorry.
be with the trucker, or you may have your man at home. But but if your woman is at home and you are a trucker, you know she's gonna wait. She's gonna be taken care of. She's gonna wait for you to come home. But as a woman being a trucker, is that man really gonna wait? Typically, they don't, and they start to go astray. And that's one of the things that women, where we screw up at with our careers that we've gotten into because we now want to go home to them. Now, if you find a solid foundation, like I have a solid foundation, and like I said, he understands what I do, and he does it too. So he's not always at home, but we keep each other sane while we're on the road. So we're on the phone 24/7. You know what I mean? We wake up and go to sleep with each other on FaceTime. So whether I'm home or not, I still have him with me. You know what I mean? So he keeps me level headed because I have those moments where I'm about to lose it. I have those months where I say, okay, I'm gonna stay out here for 6 weeks or 8 weeks and just make my money. And when I come home, then I can take a week or two off and not sweat it. Um, Once that time starts kicking in and I haven't been home, then that's when emotions start getting kind of high. Like, damn, I need to get the fuck out of this truck,
Yeah.
you know. But he keeps me level headed because we only got two more days, 3 more days. Like he'll count it down. Like you'll be home shortly, and once I get home, I can then decompress and then get back to it again. You know what I mean? Because I stayed out, I think, 7 weeks this last go round, and on my way home, I was just ready to go, ready to go. Um, but I know this is what I want to do, and me being out here is not going to break me. Um, find yourself a decent company. Uh, Find a company that pays good. Find a company that's gonna get you home. Like my company, if I go home today, come back a week and say, hey, I want to go back home, they let me go back home. And they're not calling, when are you coming back? I don't get all of that. So it's easy. One of the battles that I was battling with myself is finding a company that pays more. I've gotten hired and I have offers now for companies that pay more. But when I speak to their employees, they're not making more than what I'm making. They don't go home as often. They have they're getting micromanaged. It's just tons of things that they're going through that I don't go through. So right now I'm in a position of peace. So I have a job where I can call, and when they pick up the phone, hey Chastity, I don't have to give them, I'm driver 1 2 3 4. Um, and I think that comes to play when it comes to being out here, especially doing over the road, because you got to have some type of peace. You'll find peace within yourself and in your truck, but then if it's not peaceful with your environment as far as work goes and the things that you do, then it gets you at ease. I think men sometimes are able to handle that a bit better than we can. Um, Being out here on our own, and some of those things, um, and I don't want to say that the girl was weak, but in a sense, if you have weak moments, then you can kind of freak out and want to leave. I've had a moment like that.
I'm gonna
It was
speak. I gotta speak for her. I got to. Um, and I'm just saying we all do have, and you're right. We all do have our moments with even men. Like I don't give a damn what no man talking about. You could be macho in the truck. There's a lot that go on in that truck that a lot of people don't know about. And I'm talking about like just like spiritual stuff and like having a routine or being depressed. This stuff is real. It's real. It happens. So you can be going through something mentally, you still have a damn good job or career, but you can be going through something mentally that breaks you down. You know, you could be family issues, financial issues, just
hmm
emotional and mental issues, health wise. A lot of people is they going through health issues and they don't even know it. Why my head hurting like this? Why my back hurting like this? A lot of us truckers go through these injuries, sciatic nerve injuries in the back. A lot of people don't know that. You sit in that truck so long, your body starts to conform to the position that it's in. And now your ass is 90 degrees walking. You feel what I'm saying? Like a lot of us go through stuff in the truck. And I understand where she was coming from, but I probably wouldn't have put that out there. But I'm glad she did put it out there because it makes other people see this shit is real. This do happen in the truck. You do have a mental breakdown. I wouldn't have recorded it, but I'm glad that she did because it shows you this shit is real. We need a real fucking reality TV show on a trucker's life. For real. I'm keeping it 100% real. We do because a lot of shit that people don't see it will probably be, it'd be like a red flag if you had like a real camera inside of
hmm
what's going on. Like say when you go home, what you just said, relationship issues. A lot of people they don't want to be on the phone, but this is how you keep a truck driver sane. Nobody want to be going to sleep worried about what your ass is doing. And I'm talking in a man's point of view. Just like
hmm
what you said, my man keep me, sane when I'm, going through stuff. And a lot of females, that's what I be dealing with when I'm in a relationship. Man, I'm trying to talk to you. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be out here. And then some days you might have times where you just don't want to talk. You might be going through some, self-evaluation. Because we all done been there before.
Yeah,
We all done been there before.
yeah. I had a moment. I think this is my major moment. I had like a major breakdown, and I was on the floor of my truck just screaming and crying. And I said fuck trucking. I never wanted to do this shit again. And I really had to just have a conversation with God. And I knew this is where I wanted to be. You know what I mean? So I picked up the phone, I called my DM, and I said I need to go home. I need a mental break. I need a break. Next day got me a route home. And from that point, I got me together. Boom, got back on the road. Everything's fine. Um, as a woman, and I'll speak as I'm not single, but as a single woman, um, there were thoughts that I had. I was out coming out of Ohio. Um, Everything I got came out of Ohio, and I went from Ohio to Nebraska. I was on a dedicated account, and I'm thinking, who the hell would I find in Nebraska? If I wanted to date, who am I gonna find in Nebraska? Who am I gonna find in Minnesota? And it was discouraging. You know what I mean? Um, on TikTok, people say, "Oh, I know a bunch of people are talking to you, and people are stopping you." No, no, they're not. I may get looks, and somebody may say hello. You get, oh, you driving that big old thing, and that's the biggest turn off for me. It's like, no, you see me get out of it. No.
Do we all be doing that? That be my saying too sometimes. Like, damn, you driving that truck. You driving that big ass. You know damn well she driving this truck. You just seen her get out of it.
Yeah.
That's the line though. I had to stop using it. That was like my first
Please
year line.
stop.
Like, dang, you driving that big truck. Then I see everybody else use. I'm like, oh no. So y'all done put that line in hell. Just bury it and just leave it there. We good with that line, y'all. To all my men truckers and all my men out there, that line is no more valid.
Stop.
We killing that line. It's over with. It's over with.
Stop.
It's over with.
Because now
But
I
let
just say
me
I'm the help. I just help. No, no, no. I clean it. I just put on the bungees. You need help? Yeah. You want me to throw your straps? Like, yeah, that's it. I just throw straps. I don't drive.
so let the people know if you want to. What's like one of your weirdest encounters or weirdest experience out here on the road? Because women go through and it's like unsafe experiences sometimes, or where you felt like, damn, maybe I should, or damn, well, how did that happen? Like, you know what I'm saying?
So with say a person or like a shipper.
Experience. Well, it could be any experience you feel comfortable talking about.
I had an experience the other day in California. Um, I went inside it was a truck stop, and I went inside of the store, and I can see the person. He was a driver, and he just kept looking, and I didn't really pay him any mind, but it's like okay, whatever. There was tons of parking. Somehow, some way, he made his way next to me. Um, at the time, right now, I'm in a loaner truck, so I only have the privacy curtains in the back. So I was sitting in the front seat just to feel different, you know. Um,
Mhm.
and I looked to the side, and he's like, "Hey, hey." So now he's wiping windows, wiping down the trucks. What's going on? So he's looking again, like, "Hey, hey." And I thought about it, like, what the fuck? So I just came to the back. Boom. When I peeked out later on, he was gone. So that's the creepiest that I've gotten. I really haven't gotten anything strange to happen with me being out. Um, I want to say this for I believe that there has been tons of things that has happened in this industry. Um, same as any other industry. So strange things can happen if we're just simply walking down the street.
Yeah.
I want to say, as a woman, I've never had an issue at a truck stop, other than what I just mentioned, and that was just that's not that serious. But I've never had an issue at a truck stop. I've never had an issue at a rest area. I've never had an issue anywhere. Um, just because I was a woman. Um, whether I'm in a dress, whether I'm in shorts, whether I'm in pants, I've never had that issue where someone was knocking on my door or being creepy. I think that um something has been thrown in the air as far as that goes with women being drivers. People are guiding us to put our seatbelts through the doors and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because
You don't think, but I think shit, I do it sometimes for real. I don't give a damn where I'm at. Because it just be people be so thirsty to do and even breaking into trucks. People be so thirsty to break into a truck and they see you ain't in there or they want to figure it out. Sometimes I'm parked on the ramp. Sometimes I'm parked in like in Arkansas. Say there's no parking there, so I might be parked by my auntie and them house. I know in Marianna, Arkansas, I know that it's crazy over there sometimes. And as long you'll be secluded from everybody. So, people be doing crazy stuff. I always I gotta stay extra safe. Whether however y'all take that, that's how I stay safe. Whether it's a
I don't do
seatbelt.
it. I don't do the seatbelt. Um, and I trust and believe in the man above, and
Oh,
I'm a firm believer of if I'm in this truck and you come in here, you won't leave. I'm leave. You not if
yeah,
you uninvited. You know what I mean? Um, I I don't put myself in certain situations, and I hate to say this. Um, there's been situations that I know of that has happened with other female drivers. Um, and it's sad to say. Typically, if there's a man or men that are trying to talk to me and I play friendly with them, there isn't a reason for me to go into your truck. There's no reason for me to go to a room with you. There's no reason for me to go to a secluded area with you. There's none at all. Just because we had a good conversation doesn't mean that we're friends. And it doesn't mean that I should trust you. You know what I'm saying? I would never say that a woman has put themselves in that position, but in a sense, um, kind of walked into some BS. You know what I mean? So if the guy, he looks good, he thinks you look good. Now why are you in his truck? It doesn't give him access to you, but why are you in his truck? Because now he has access to doing whatever he wants to you, when you could have went to your own damn truck and locked your doors and put your seatbelt to it, and felt safe. You know what I mean? Um, I don't, when I'm out here, I keep my head on the swivel for who's around me, but I stay this way.
Mm-hmm.
So everything else is not here. I know it exists, and I know who's coming near me and who's around me, but everything else just, it just doesn't exist in a sense. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm protected, and I feel like I don't have any worries about somebody coming into my truck. Um, because 9 times out of 10, somebody's gonna see if somebody's in there first, if they're trying to break in. You know what I mean? When you stand up in your truck, it's gonna rock. So you're gonna know somebody's there if you're on the outside. I mean, how many instances have you heard of someone's truck getting broken into and they're getting robbed while they in their own truck? I'm sure it's happened,
Yep.
but I haven't heard about it. You know what I mean? But like I said, if you come in here, you're breaking in and entering into my property, because this is my house. So if you come here, you're not gonna leave.
Yeah. Do you got any advice or any kind of tips that you want to give, like gems to give other females to make them feel safer while they driving a truck? Or if they interested, just give them some tips like, hey, this what you could do to feel safer while driving over the road.
The one thing that I've done first to make me feel comfortable, um, and it's not this truck. I can go over to the other truck and show you what it looks like, but I made it comfortable for me. The scenery of the truck itself, the gray walls, the black walls. Sometimes it has that coffin like look. It just it gives me the vibe of jail or a coffin. And I feel like it's a rolling prison, because we're in here. We can get out. We can get out anytime, but we're pretty much subjected to this truck. You going from state to state to state. You're subjected to this truck. So it's like I have to make it feel comfortable for me. I have candles. I have an ambiance. You know what I'm saying? I put in lights. I got a rug. Everything in my refrigerator right now. I got freaking oxtails. Like I treat it like I would do my own home. To make myself feel safe, I got little gems in here that I need, or can use.
Yeah.
Um,
So
it
look, hold on before you go further. A knife is cool, y'all. Y'all can have a knife in there.
mhm.
Mace is cool, y'all. Get you some mace. I think like one of those like emergency things that the older people be having with the button on there if they fall. I think y'all should
Life
just
cord.
yeah, like, get you one of them. So if anything happen, just hit the damn button, man, for real. And I also feel like this a big one, y'all. Share your fucking location with
Yes,
everybody that you are in relationships with, that you trust, your family. Just share your location and always keep your location on, man, because a lot of stuff happen on this road. And if something happened to you, at least let somebody be able to pinpoint where you at.
exactly. So I share my location. I use Life 360, and I share it through like the iPhones. So my dad, my brother, my man, like everybody has my location. And I've already let them know, like, hey, I test them like, if you don't hear from me, what are you gonna do? You know what I
Run the
mean?
drill.
You know who to call because there's no emergency button in here if I can't call somebody. So like my dude, he keeps tabs on me to what you doing at the rest stop? What you've been sitting here for a long time. You okay?
Yeah.
So that he doesn't watch me, but if something is not happening, if he hasn't communicated with me, he'll make sure that I'm okay, and he knows who to contact. Um, those things that you mentioned, the knives, basically things that you can have on your truck would be legal for you to carry. Um, Other people speak about other means. Um,
No, let's put it on the floor. Y'all talk about y'all got y'all guns, and I don't think we supposed to have no guns on the
you're
damn
not.
truck because we going across state lines. Put it on the floor.
You're not.
Because look, if you get caught out there and you doing that, you're gonna get a federal case. Now your ass gonna be locked up. You're not supposed to have your gun with you, even though you licensed in one state. When you start to do stuff on other state, intrastate or interstate, you have to have certain restrictions and certain stipulations that allow you to do certain things. So having your pistol on you is cool and all. Y'all need to stop putting that content out there that y'all got your. I done seen it. Stop doing that because the feds gonna be on your ass and you're gonna be talking about free meat. And we ain't
Yep.
doing it because we just told you here.
Dude, I'll say this. Do what you got to do. I wouldn't advise it, but do what you got to do. Do
Do
what you got
what
to
you got.
do.
But
It,
just know what you up against. So you gonna do about 2 years, but do what you gotta do.
might
But
do more.
know that you do your too.
Might do more. But you taking it from state to state. So yeah, that's different. But do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Some people hide it. I don't know if they hide it well enough, but you know, people say, "What do you?" They rather be judged by how many than than carried by. So
Yeah, I'd
like,
rather be judged by 6 than carried by 12. I think I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. For
okay,
sure.
yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. I mean,
And me personally, y'all can take this how y'all want to take it. Listen. I'd rather be caught with it than without it. You take it however you want to take it because it's too much weirdo shit going on out here. And like the Javion McGee, you heard about what happened to him down in North Carolina.
somewhat.
It's crazy. We don't know what really happened as far as like did he we know he got killed and he got hung, but just say if he was in, if he used his right to bear arms,
Right,
and he had his pistol on him. Okay, yeah, I'd rather catch that case than be gone from my family. And I
right,
got kids, y'all. I'm not about to be playing with these. My kid, I'm gonna see my kids. I'm gonna talk to my kids. Take it how you want to take it. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Ain't nobody taking me nowhere. Ain't nobody about to no. And I don't give a damn who you are. You could be white supremacy or whoever, but it's not gonna happen. We gonna go out in a blaze of glory. That's all I'm gonna say. I think like when it comes to the FMCSA, y'all doing a lot of regulating, but put something in our favor as a truck driver. Let us carry our guns and our armor or whatever we got to do to get from A to B safely and feel more secure. Why don't y'all focus on that?
I f- I'm a little iffy on it, and the reason why is because um we got some hot-headed truckers. We got some hot-headed truckers. So if you see these hot-headed fools just walking the street on a regular basis, and you got them in a truck with a pistol, I don't know. I don't know.
So what
So
you saying? Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're fine. I don't know. it it might be a little scary. Maybe a little scary. Um, Sometimes I've run into uh a lot of men that don't want us here. You know what I mean? We have a lot that like seeing something refreshing within the trucking industry.
Weirdo,
And
yeah, weirdo type of energy for sure.
um I don't know how open I can be.
Man,
Like,
man, listen. The more transparent, the more that people can feel what you're saying. That's
all
why
right.
go do your
Okay.
thing.
So not like us. Don't always like us. You know what I mean?
You talking about
And
Caucasian people? Put it on the
yeah,
floor. Okay.
they always don't like us. I mean, like it's not. It's. I went to a shipper. Well, I went to a receiver. I stayed on the premises all night. I called and spoke to whoever the person I was supposed to speak to that morning and said, "Hey, I'm here. I've been here all night. I'm ready to go. But if you can give me about an hour and a half, my clock doesn't restart until then." He said, "That's fine. We're in meetings, blah, 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 blah. Everything's cool." Um, Peeking out the window, you can now see who I am. I want to say I was supposed to be at this drop at 6 a.m. The meeting wasn't over until 7:30. I needed until 8:23. I get a boom, 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 boom at the window. I'm already irritated because I hate that. So when I swing the curtain open, I'm like, what? I said, what's going on? Let's go. Who you talking to? White man. So I said, good morning. Hello. Let's go now. Who you talking to? And I'm asking him this. So I said, well, I spoke to such and such, and he said that I could leave at this time. My clock doesn't start. Well, or you expect us to wait for you? Blah 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 blah. And it was something within his eyes that I've never seen in my life. It just looked like his eyes were just totally black. Like he had no pupils, just nothing. Next to me was another driver from my same company. When he walked around, he was like, "Hey, he's going to a different facility," but his whole tone was different, and his whole look was different. When he looked at him, I could see that man had blue eyes. When he looked at me, I couldn't see those blue eyes. Let's go. So I closed the curtain, and I started shaking. And my boyfriend is like, "What's going on?" And I started to flip, and I said, "Let me calm down because I can't take it out on you. But I need to figure out what the hell is happening right here." So I said, "Let me start all over again. Hello, let's go." And he stuck to that. So finally I broke. Who the fuck are you talking to? Don't
But see,
talk to me
look,
like that.
and that's the thing. Like this shit is a chess game. At the end of the day, you can't put nothing in jeopardy. And what you was putting at jeopardy was you getting your money. See, this is how I play. When I'm on the road and I know I'm out of bounds, and a lot of times I do be out of bounds. If they got that energy, I just stay away from them. And then I just do what they say. Then I wait till the load is off the truck, then you're gonna hear me. You're gonna hear me, you're gonna feel me for sure. But I'm gonna make sure that that load is off the truck because they have something that they can leverage from you getting your fucking payday. And it's them saying, you know what? Take that load on somewhere else. We don't want you here. And now you stuck. Now you try to figure out you talking to the dispatcher, you talking to the broker. Hey, look, they racist. I've been there before. And the thing is us being smarter, just play it a little smarter. You know what? I'm sorry, officer. I'm not officer, but I'm sorry, sir. You know what I'm saying? And let them get that shit off the truck. And then you go into your mode, go into your real mode. And then hey, look, let me tell you something. Don't you ever fucking talk to me like that again. All I'm trying to do is get the load from A to B. You have no reason to disrespect me. You have no reason to talk to me like that. You have a job to do, and I got a job to do. Let's get it done. And that's it. Now, anything that happened from there to there, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So if you
I
wanna, I
couldn't
didn't
play
gotta
it like that.
go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
couldn't play it like that because this I was delivering a pivot system and it was going to a farm.
Oh,
So it would have brought me like totally out of bounds. So before I even made it there, let's get this straight right here. So I had to let him know, like, I don't know what your problem is. I've been nothing but kind to you, but you gonna stop talking to me like that. And I said it calmly the first few times. And he's spitting, yelling, screaming, "Well, I don't have time to pay these people to wait for you," and blah blah blah. I said, let me see what I can do. I still had time, but I wanted that whole 11.
mhm.
Um, Let me see what I can do. And I said, I have to do my pre-trip. or get it done. So that pissed me off. So how the fuck you want me to make 15 minutes fly by? You need to wait. Calm your ass down and wait. And I asked the other guy, like, is he talking to you like this? And he says no. He even told me he was going to a different place. He went to the same place. Same place. Everybody there, when I say they looked through me as if I didn't exist, it was the weirdest thing. And I called the company and I said, hey, this is what's happening. And then when it registered what I was saying, because I didn't want to be like, hey, he's racist. You know what I mean? When it registered, they were like, okay, yeah, no, Chastity, you don't have to go through things like that. Like, just, just be safe, you know, play it safely, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Give your shit and go. Another person came up, and I think that was the person I spoke to. His demeanor was totally different. But that was now that everything's all said and done. That's probably like the biggest thing that I've gotten into since I've been on the road and with someone. You know what I mean? Like I haven't had like really, really bad experiences. I've had stupid things to happen. Um, the men driving by acting like they're beating one of the, you
Yeah.
know,
It'd be weird activity going on. Like people don't understand. From state to state, you dealing with all these different type of people. I've seen it too. I've seen all type of stuff going on, and you just gotta be mentally prepared for what can possibly be seen, heard, or just observed from the cockpit of a truck. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah. And
it's
it's
crazy.
it's I haven't had a lot of that. Like that particular guy, when he made the gesture, and it was more of, I just was looking to see who's next to me, and I seen him do that, and he gestured like he was pushing me off the road, So I kind of shifted, like, all right, let me just and hit the brake a bit, go about your business, um, stuff like that. That's only happened once. Um, But the majority of my time since I've been out here, outside of that, I haven't had any problems. I haven't had anything to where I felt like I was just overwhelmed or scared to be out here by myself. Um, if I've gone to some sundown towns and I was uncomfortable with being in that sundown town. I got out the truck, but when I got back in my truck, I closed it off to the world. You know what I mean? Just stay in the truck, do what you need to do. Now those moments I sleep with something close to me. Just because it's just, I guess the stigma of being in that area seems a little creepy. But I didn't have any problems. Um, what else? If I'm in an area like Memphis, I don't go to their truck stops.
I love
Um,
Memphis truck stops. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Let's see. Okay, we going through. Oh, yep. We gonna stop right there. I
no,
see
sir.
me. One thing about me, I love what I love, and I like I'm from Detroit, man. I just like to be like ratchet sometimes. I like to see it. Not doing it right now, I'm too old for it, but at least see ratchetness and just, I feel at home when I'm there. I like to see that people rolling in with their sounds banging. Like it just put me at
But
ease
yeah.
sometimes. But I get what you're saying, man. And listen, we almost to that point, but I want you to. I'm gonna ask everybody. We gonna start asking everybody this. I know this ain't your last time coming on here and speaking. Where do you see yourself in the next 5? This is one of the questions that we didn't talk about because I wanted you to be organic with it. The
All
next
right.
5 years, where you see yourself in trucking or out of trucking?
In the next 5 years, I see myself probably still trucking, um, but as an owner operator with, yeah, I see
Multiple
myself
trucks?
still multiple trucks. That would be nice. That would be nice. Um, at this moment, I haven't thought so far ahead to say I want a fleet. But I at least want one, maybe
I can
two.
see that. I can see that. Two. I can see you two, and then growing from there. For real. Because you
Really?
already. Yeah, you already like being a flatbedder. We already talked about just being a flatbedder is already you have to be mentally strong for it. You know what I'm saying? So I can see you. You already put the work in. Just imagine if you keep recording your content and then the content blow up to where now you getting paid off of it and you could take a seat and be like, all right, you could drive. And I'd push your loads. And then I want you to, that's where we need to be at with this. Like when we get out the truck and we grow 5 years from now, we put other people in the seats. Then look, yeah, just record. Go ahead, start your own. I would encourage my drivers to hit record and look at the process from where you started all the way up until you finish. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like what you said, in 5 years, this is where I'm gonna be at. This is where I'm gonna be at. So, do you have drop your handles for anybody that's watching and interested in watching your content? Because I love your content. I always repost it and share it. So drop your handles for anybody from that's watching from outside.
So I normally, most of the time, I'm going live on TikTok. I don't do tons of content or TikTok. I'm trying to build that up a little bit more, but I can be found at bald underscore head underscore ass underscore fine one. So bald head ass fine, but there's underscores under everything but the one on TikTok and IG. So without the one on IG. So bald head ass fine, but underscores under everything.
You don't look bald head to me. You got plenty of damn hair. What the hell
I
going
used to
on?
have waves. I used to have waves and we would compete. So that was a male dominated sport
For
too.
sure.
So
Yeah.
guys used to say, okay, your little bald head ass is fine. So that's where the name came from. Bald head
Yeah.
ass.
You got to keep the waves for sure. That's what we do. We always in competition. For sure, man. Look, it was good having you here today. Um,
Yeah.
y'all already know what time it is, man. It's another episode, and we here. I love y'all, man. Y'all be safe out there.